Okay, Arsenal have beaten Newcastle United 2-0. It required extra time in order for them to do so. The first 85 minutes, apart from a few flashes here or there, was pretty unforgettable. Both goalkeepers played quite well and pulled off some good saves, but for the most part, the first 85, 88 minutes was not a great watch if you're a neutral or if you're a fan of either club. And yes, Arsenal coming off the back of 3 straight wins coming into this game, but they didn't look like they had won the last 3 games. They really didn't. Newcastle, inconsistent, and weren't great in the first half, better in the second half, and they actually could have won the game. Leno saves the game for Arsenal, literally, from Andy Carroll. Then we have the VAR incident. Now, I will discuss this VAR incident in quite some detail, because it proves crucial to the outcome of the game. Smith Rowe commits a foul on Longstaff just after Leno's save against Carroll. Leno throws the ball out the box to Smith Rowe. He miscontrols it. Longstaff wants to go for the ball. Smith Rowe wants try and nick the ball away from him. Mistimes his challenge. Andre Mariner gives a straight red. Obviously VAR comes along. The VAR is in his ear. You might have got the decision wrong. We're going to review it, and it's overturned to a yellow. VAR works. I have seen them given as reds in years past, but now that VAR has come in, for once it works. VAR has obviously been regularly criticised since it's been introduced in the Premier League and the FA Cup. A lot of fans have been scratching their head and bemused by some of the decisions, but actually, for once, VAR is not a major talking point, but is because the game was so poor, and that has proved crucial. If Smith Rowe gets sent off, you don't have your first goal. Without your first goal, you probably don't get the second goal, because that does knock the stuffing out of Newcastle. You most likely go to penalties, and then that's a lottery. Smith Rowe's goal is very well taken, but it comes from Newcastle becoming tired and overplaying in defence and trying to play their way out of defence, when just put your laces through it at this point. And, while Newcastle have been stubborn in this game and had played their way into the game, they'd run out of energy. I mean, Andy Carroll and was leading the line bravely. Ritchie brought some energy. I think Dwight Gale was brought on too late. But overall, they ran out of steam. Arsenal, however, did not play like a team that have won 3 straight games. And yes, Smith Rowe and Aubameyang get the goals, but Aubameyang's had 1 goal in 8, and Smith Rowe, he's only had 5 goals for Arsenal, but every time he starts, they win. He started the last 3 games, and they win, and he has had a crucial impact on this game. But if there's no VAR, or VAR doesn't overturn that decision, you don't get your 2 goals. Because I believe that was the catalyst for Arsenal to win the game and get that second, because Newcastle then had the stuffing knocked out of them in extra time right near the end, and their heads dropped a little bit, and their energy levels just disappeared. So if VAR does not overturn that Smith Rowe red card, you don't get your 2 goals. We're probably still even in a shootout now, quite frankly, because the shootout is a lottery, and for me, Arsenal underperformed in this game, and Newcastle are clearly a team that's solid but not outstanding. But with the ownership you have at Newcastle with Mike Ashley, I don't think they're going to spend any money on a striker and a midfielder to just add a bit of depth there. This is a guy who wants to sell the club and has failed to sell the club again in recent months. So Steve Bruce, he's in a catch-22. The fans aren't overly happy with the style of football, and he can't make the signings necessary to improve the squad. So he has to make do with what he's got. On the Arsenal side of things, they're lacking that little bit of steel in midfield. And even though they've won 3 in a row, they are lacking a bit of confidence. Honestly, I think their confidence they're a confident side, and that's clearly lacking even with now 4 wins in a row. They've got to get that confidence back, and Arteta's got to manage this team to get their confidence back. Aubameyang, yes, he gets his goal, but that's 2 goals in 9 games. That's not a good return for Aubameyang. He could just be having an off season, but he hasn't really looked himself this season. Pepe, less said about him the better. Not great tonight. On the Newcastle side, Joelinton again. Well, where do I begin with him? What a waste of space he is. Almiron is a good foil for Andy Carroll. They work quite well, and they played really well for Newcastle tonight. Both goalkeepers, Dubravka and Leno, I think were the best players on the pitch, in my opinion. That tells you a lot about the game. I don't know what else to say positive about this game. I'm trying to say positive things. It's hard considering that the Leicester Stoke game, which I watched earlier, was brilliant in comparison. It really was a complete difference. Leicester City, a team flying high in the Premier League, 1 point off top, dark horses for a Premier League title. Missing key players, still put 4 goals past a solid stubborn Stoke side. Newcastle, Arsenal, 2 mid-table Premier League clubs lacking confidence. There's the difference in the 2 games that I've watched today. Stoke doing pretty well in the Championship, pretty confident team themselves. Knew they were up against a superior opposition, so tactically they were difficult to play against. Fair enough. But Leicester found a way to win. Arsenal and Newcastle, if VAR doesn't intervene in that red card, we are going to penalties. Plain and simple. Because without Smith Rowe's goal, that's the catalyst for Aubameyang's goal. Plain and simple. That's the best way I can describe this match is the last 25 minutes, 30 minutes, the extra time, and the last couple of minutes of normal time. Because before that, it was 2 mid-table sides going through the motions. And in a normal non-COVID affected season, we've got a replay, which neither side won. So I don't know what Arsenal take from this result. Yes, they've got the win. Yes, they're in the next round. Newcastle, they battled. And for Newcastle fans, Andy Carroll had a very good game and survived more than 90 minutes. And Almiron is a very good player as well, I think, is underrated. But Joelinton is a waste of space. And on the Arsenal side of things, Pepe is a waste of space. And between them, that's £100 million in transfer fees of 2 players who are not even worth a fiver. I don't think many sides sign them on a free transfer, personally. As someone who's watched football for 28 years, I've never seen 2 underwhelming players who underwhelm me so much. I've never been underwhelmed by 2 players who cost that much money. But yeah, Arsenal, can they build some confidence from this? And Newcastle, can they learn some lessons from this and take that into their next game, which is against Sheffield United, who won today? That's going to be an interesting game because Sheffield United got their first win in many months after 19 attempts at trying to win, and Newcastle, they've played 120 minutes. So that could be an interesting game on Tuesday. Arsenal, on the other hand, can they build some momentum now and make that 5 in a row in their next game? And can they improve? Because on that performance, they ain't winning the FA Cup and they're not playing in Europe next season. Plain and simple. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts below and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.